So we are doing chapter 10 of Ignite, and we are going to, yesterday, you guys learned how to capture more leads. What good is capturing a lead if you can't what? Make dinner? Is that what you said? You said what's the good if you can't make dinner? Is that what you said?
You can make dinner. No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
You said you can lead generate.
Yeah, and what's the good of lead generation if you can't
Follow up.
keep them?
Yeah, keep them.
You can generate the lead, but you gotta keep them, baby.
Follow
You
up.
gotta keep them.
Oh.
Alright.
I guess I'm not here yet.
We'll get you there. We will get you there. Where am I on this camera? No, that's not my camera today. Nope. But I'm recording it for anybody that wants it. Anybody that wants to listen to this smooth, serenading sound of my voice. Okay. So. What?
You were recording before?
I am now.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't earlier.
Oh, okay, great.
Somebody didn't want to hear.
Me? You can't embarrass me if you try. You'll embarrass yourself before me embarrassing me. Guaranteed. So, keep every lead. Where is this thing? Why is it not working? Where's the remote? Alright. Are we working yet? Hello? Mic check. Perfect. Check that out. So, today's agenda. Does this thing work? The little button. Aww. So, what is lead follow-up? We're going to talk about how to lead follow-up. And then, what do you guys think the difference between lead follow-up and post-lead follow-up is? What's the difference between lead follow-up and post-lead follow-up?
Post-lead follow-up is after the deal closes. You gotta keep contact with them later.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, so let's get into what is lead follow-up. Who can tell me what lead follow-up is?
You have to reach out to the person that you talked to before. You have their number and your contacts, and you just follow up and see how they're doing. Keep in touch with them.
Follow up. Have you guys heard of the term nurture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is every lead ready to buy right now?
No.
Are some leads ready to buy right now?
Yeah.
In the next 0 to 3 months. And right now is considered 0 to 3 months. That is a right now lead, right? So, not all leads. Woo! Here comes the coffee.
Gotta wake them up for you guys.
No, this is going to calm me down. So.
Take it away.
Oh, that is the good one.
That's a good one, right?
That's good. Thank you.
What'd you put in there?
Just put love in there.
Okay.
Wow, that's good. How you doing?
Oh, he made it.
Okay. So, turn to the lead follow-up page in your participant guide. You guys there?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is a lead? Who can define a lead? You guys recall learning what a lead is?
Someone who has shown interest in the service you offer and with whom you may have a one-way conversation.
All right, give Jordan a round of applause. She did it. She found it. She found the answer. She found the answer. A lead is a person who has shown interest in a service that you provided or that you provide, and you now have their contact information. So, we get their contact information. Does lead follow-up only apply to a lead? No. Every person in your database, whether a lead or a contact, should be what?
Should be followed.
Should be followed up with. is call people and tell them happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be kind of? I mean, it's a touch, right?
Yeah.
Reaching out to people, making sure you know that they know that you're still there. So I love getting on Facebook and seeing whose birthday it is, and if I have their number, I call them, and you would not believe how often I hear that I'm the only person that calls them on their birthday. Everybody else just texts or does the, you know. What I used to do, and I need to get back into doing it, but is writing the handwritten birthday cards. How often do you get a birthday card in the mail that's handwritten that says happy birthday? When was the last time you got one?
At my last birthday.
Your last birthday?
My nieces
Your niece does it? And how good does that make you feel when you get that from your niece? Do you love it?
I do love it.
Uh-huh. What about you? You get a birthday card in the mail that's handwritten?
Yes, from a
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah? See? How good does that make you feel?
Good.
Yeah. How good do you think that you can make other people feel by doing that? Pretty cool. So there's tons of ways to stay in contact with leads, and it's not as crazy as you might think of having to sell them something, right? So we'll get into a few ways on how that works, but how many other real estate? So it asks the question here. The leads in your database. How many other real estate databases are they in? And how do you ensure that when they think about real estate, they immediately think of you? Great question to ask, right? How do you ensure they immediately think of you?
Well, you follow up with them. Right now, for example, I have been making sure that my database is complete and I have the dates of the people that my leads have their home anniversary when I go to see when the recording date was, and I take advantage of that and I send them a happy anniversary home anniversary card.
So your past clients?
Now,
Your past clients?
yeah.
That's awesome.
And so now what I'm going to be doing is following up to make sure that they know that, to find out that to check that they did get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another touch that I can make and keep them in their mind, keep myself in their mind.
Keep yourself in their mind. Yeah. So thank you, Clara. So yeah, you're explaining how to maintain. It's called TOMA, top of mind awareness. I don't know how many times that. Remember when I guys told you about the Facebook messages?
Mm.
Remember what I was doing, and I was messaging 150 people on Facebook a day?
150. Oh, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember I told you about that, about the direct messaging?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times that I messaged them in winter, and then I waited 6 to 8 months to message them again. And that person that I last talked to back in December said, no, they're not thinking, but they'll come to me the moment they think of it. Guess what happened in July when I finally hit them back up? Oh my gosh, we just bought a house. Oh, you did? Was I there? I thought you said you were call me. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I feel so terrible. We just bought a house. Why didn't they call me?
Because you didn't stay in touch long
Out of
enough,
sight, out of
often
mind.
enough.
Should I be mad at them?
No.
No.
No. Because whose job is it
You.
to keep in touch?
Yeah. It hurts.
These are people I went to high school with. Come on now. Do I talk to them all the time? No. But you would assume, well, everybody knows that I do real estate. I told everybody already. Yeah, but guess who gets that real estate business when it's time for them to buy? The person that's there. There's a reason why we have quarterly calls and not bi-yearly calls. Right? We do it every 3 months. There's a reason we have a 36 touch system so that you maintain that, what did I call it? So you write it down. Good job. So, who can make sense of that? The life of a lead. We have the likelihood of a move versus the timeline. This is a scale that anybody that owns a house lives on. Or just about anybody in your database lives on. This is a 7 to 10 year gap because we know on average people move every 7 to 10 years. So we have these humps. My hump, my hump, my love. We have these humps right here on when they're going to move. And at any point in time, everybody in your database is somewhere here on this hill. So if I gave you a lead and they were right here, right at just before the tippy top, and they were going to move, would you say that's a pretty good lead? Right? You got a lead, and they're like, oh yeah, we're ready to go right now. Let's get pre-approval. Let's do it. Is that a good lead? Is that a good lead? What if you got a lead and they were down here and not ready to move? Is that a good lead? Trick question. Absolutely. I think Gary Keller says something along the lines of, I would rather take the tomorrow business than the today business. And that has to do with the time that it takes. During this time, it gives you more time to build what?
Relationship.
That's right. Gives you more time to build a relationship. So you're going to create a stronger connection with these people during this timeline that you have before they move. And you might be able to get what from them along the way?
Referrals.
Jarita's on right now. Referrals.
The mind is working.
Brain is working. It's Friday. You guys checked out. Lorena, you acting real quiet right now. She's on her phone. She's been to class on her entire life. Look at this. She's over here on MySpace.
No, it says somebody connected to my Wi-Fi right now. I was like, who the heck connected to me?
Look at you making connections.
Making connections.
Somebody connected to your Wi-Fi.
Following a lead. Why would somebody connect to my Wi-Fi right now?
Somebody connected to your Wi-Fi. Making connections. Okay, so. So, there's no such thing as a bad what? There's no such thing as a bad lead. But there is bad agents who don't follow up. Are you a bad agent? Lorena, are you a bad agent?
No.
No one.
You didn't sound like you believed that.
No one at Keller Williams.
I'm the best agent.
You're here at Ignite. You are not a bad agent.
I'm the best agent.
You're a bad agent if you don't take what you learn and go apply it to your business. You're just sitting here. You can go sit outside. The weather's nice. Go sit outside by the pool and listen to YouTube videos. You guys are here because you want to be what type of agent?
Great.
I love that. Best. Great. Words of affirmation. Okay. So, think of the leads that enter your database through lead generation as your possible business. Okay? Who can tell me the difference between possible business and probable business? Isn't that basically the same thing?
No.
No?
Possible is before the pre-approval. Probable is with the pre-approval. Kinda, sorta.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Probable business would be somebody more vetted and verified, right? Possible is like,
Yeah.
Anybody you meet.
Possible business is anybody. Anybody in your database. Because moment, any of the numerous contacts that you have in your database is what?
Possible.
So what makes them probable?
Your connection with them.
Your connection. These are people that say that they will work with you. You go from people that kind of know you or that you've met that might work with you to people that are saying that they will work with you. People that you've vetted. People that you pre-approved, sure. But it's not as extreme as getting pre-approved because not every time is this person ready on the scale. So I know that my friend Joe is not buying a house right now, but I know he will. And I know for sure he's going to use me. But he could be anywhere on the scale. And that makes him probable. Because the likelihood of doing business with that person is higher. Right? These people have agreed to do business with me. How many people in your database do you know that have agreed and verbalized that they would do business with you? A few?
Yeah. Relatives.
Now, how do we make certain of that?
Well, I talk to them, but I know them.
Talk to them.
Feel full of.
Talk to them is one way. But how do we make sure that we are there when they're ready to do business and not somebody else?
You always keep in contact with them. Follow up.
Woo! We're doing it. And then profitable business is obviously getting the business or getting the deal sold, closed, right? Okay. Hi, Sadie. You made it. So, read this out loud. If you aren't first or second in their mind, you probably won't get the business. What does that say to y'all?
You have to never be on their minds. That's a song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, this coffee is kicking in.
This coffee is kicking in, Judy says.
Make sure you get the coffee ready when you come in.
So the concept of taking up space in people's minds through staying in close emotional proximity to them is called mind share. It's called mind share. Emotional proximity is a result of engaging in the touches with your database.
Would you repeat that first line that you said?
The concept of taking taking up space in people's minds through emotional proximity or through staying in close emotional proximity to them is called mind share. Mind share. They said the average person can only remember about, I think it's like 150 names, right? So at any moment you can think of 150 people. I don't know how much I believe that, but the idea behind it is that your brain only has a capacity to have so much information accessible at once, right? So the first person you think of for car service, what's the name you go to? You want to get your tires done. Name a tire brand. What's the first tire brand you name? Bridgestone. Firestone. See? Okay, so you have Bridgestone, she had Firestone. Okay. What's the first lawyer that you can think of?
Sweet James.
Sweet James.
Ermani, yeah.
See, you can't even think of the name. What about the second lawyer?
What kind of lawyer? What did you say?
Second lawyer. Jerry?
Jersey Mike's. Yeah, Jersey
They have
Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Oh, Jersey Mike's.
That's
Not
what I
Jerry.
I was like, you buying rings and sandwiches?
Jerry was the ice cream, you know, Jerry.
Ben and Jerry?
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry?
Subway.
At least I got the name of
Subway.
Subway.
Subway. What's another place you go get a sandwich at?
My house.
You see how that's happened? Like there's 100 places to go get sandwiches,
Right.
but you're thinking of one or two.
Right.
You think of Subway and Jersey Mike's because they've done a good job at getting that mind share of yours, right? Sweet James has done a good job at blasting his face all across every freeway with that 700 number.
Yeah, and I don't even like
Oh,
Sweet
yeah.
James. Or some of the time when me and my husband used to do trekking, some of his billboards were upside down. I think it was him or the Imrani. Did you ever see
There's
that?
the other guy that does it upside down, and they do that on purpose.
Get your attention.
Because the number's not upside down.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And I know if I need somebody that talks in Spanish, I just dial 777-777-777 for accidentes. It used to be 222222222 back in the day.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I know in Spanish that whatever that number is, it has my mind share, right? So I think it's all sevens now. It used to be twos.
All sevens, yeah.
I remember the 777 but I don't remember his name.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Doesn't matter. That number, accidentes, being right there, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, that's the marketing.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need a name brand. You just need to know where to go, right?
And the 222.
So these people, through their marketing tactics, have now taken up your mind share. Because the moment you're in an accident, who are you gonna call? JG Wentworth? 877 cash now.
Oh, yeah. What is that commercial now that
He
comes
got
on?
me $10 million.
The one that Bulldog, the dog commercial.
Oh, the bully
The
bully
dog.
dogs. They're workplace lawyers for like unfair.
Discrimination.
Yeah, unfair pay or something. Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff. Anyways,
The bulldog.
so you guys see how important it is to have mindshare? Anybody have any ideas on mindshare? Tell me now.
Yeah, I gotta
What are your ahas?
do more follow-up, but actual follow-up, not just sending cards and things like that, just calling them and making sure. I'd like to learn how to do one of those video messages, and that's probably, more efficient.
You can, or just even voice, whatever. You can do video messages. So more follow-up is the aha. Does anybody else have any ahas? No? You guys didn't learn anything yet?
Of course we have.
Okay, tell me. I need to hear. I need words of affirmation of me. I need positive reinforcement.
Get active, action.
Thank you,
I
Clara.
need more action.
You're the best.
Get out there.
Number one gold star student.
Keep pushing.
Be consistent.
Be consistent in what?
Well, I do to a degree. Like, if I have an open house for people that I meet, and even if I get them as far to the lender, and if they still need time to save money, I still will text them, hey, how are you doing? I won't even mention anything about real estate. I'll ask about their kids, and I've developed friendships, and then a girl called me back, well, I'm gonna talk to the lender. I'm about ready. So like I was saying earlier, like I find things in our conversation that I can relate to, and I go on that.
I love that.
Single mom, I connect with that, so that's what we connect on and we talk about it. And she's more apt to, even text me out of the blue. Hey, I'm ready to talk to the lender. So I'm pretty good at that. 'Cause I'm big on
That's good.
communication. I like communication.
Communication is huge. You'll have to excuse me. I need a tissue. Communication is huge. And if there's anything that we've taken away this is realizing we don't just call the people that are ready to do business now. We're not just following up with people that said that they want to buy now or sell now. We follow up with who?
Everybody.
So how do we do that? How to lead follow-up. That was smooth, huh? How to lead follow-up. Excuse me. Let's see if those windows open. So, the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So, what are these systems? We have 19 to connect and 36 to convert. Does anybody know the difference in these two systems? Other than the amount of times you touch somebody?
The smart plans.
Smart plans are a part of both of these systems, yes.
Makes it easy to remember what to do on a daily basis.
They teach you what to say that again?
It helps you know what you need to do on a daily basis. It reminds you what.
Yes, yeah. If you set up reminders to do these things, absolutely. So this is getting to know somebody. This is who we know. This is your possible business. This is your probable business. Now, there's a reason why we do this. I've always just put everybody straight into this. Because, if I'm going to talk to them 19 times, I might as well touch them 36 times. So my emails, my newsletters, my phone calls. What are different ways? What are some ways? So we have touches here, right? What's a touch?
Call them, text them.
What's a touch? No. So yes, call, text. We have examples here. Emails, market report, videos, like Clara was saying. What are some other ways that we can touch?
Send some magnets. I'm gonna send some magnets today.
Send some magnets.
I'm gonna order some magnets.
Printed market report. You guys ever heard of a pop by? A pop by is when you, like it says, pop by when you're at a client's house and you bring them a gift. Bring them a market report. You could hand print a market report and go knock it. Hey, I was in the neighborhood. I had this on your neighborhood. Figured you guys would want it. How's everything? How's Timmy? How's the chin chin? How's T-ball with Timmy? Right? So you can start figuring out different ways. I used to do this really cool thing. Not used to, I still do. That my clients that I had for that year, during Christmas, just before Christmas, I'd buy especially if they just bought a home, I'd buy ornaments. And it'd have the year, and just got our first house, right? First home. And I'd go knock on their door, show up to their house in a Santa hat, and I'd bring them a Christmas gift with an ornament with the year on it, and it says our first home. Isn't that pretty impactful touch?
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's when we start getting into the one to cement, a high value touch that solidifies the relationship you have just established and opens the door for future interactions. So this is pretext to doing business. Right? But what's a high value touch? Who can think of a high value touch? What would a high value touch be, other than what I just said?
Giving them information.
Giving information.
Like, I guess like what's going on in the market.
No.
No.
generally personal. Providing them something that other agents aren't providing them, but it's generally personal. What if I just met somebody and I offered to take them and their family out to lunch? I mean, his girlfriend out to lunch. Hey, why don't we go get lunch? Let's go to your house. Let me buy you guys lunch. Is that pretty valuable?
Yeah, that is.
It is very
If I've
personal.
never worked with that person before and I'm buying them lunch, how do you think they're going to feel?
Valued, important.
They're going to feel like they want to what? That's going to what? It's going to cement
Right.
that relationship. If I know it's their birthday and I come knocking on their door before we work, I was like, hey, I remember you told me it was your birthday. Well, I know we just had our meeting and I remember you said your birthday was next week, and I stopped by your house and I hand give them their birthday card rather than mailing it to them. But a high value touch could also be that birthday card, sending it in the mail. But I like to make things personal. Because that really, really, wow, he showed up. Right? High value touches. So, I think we kind of jumped ahead here. So we have 19 to connect, which is 4 phone calls, 12 touches that are monthly email, newsletter, market report, video, etc. 2 touches related to promotional direct mail, 1 touch that is a client event or party. The intent of these touches is to be spread out over a calendar year. So do we hit them 19 times in the matter of a month?
No, it's a year.
Yeah. If you let me ask you this. Is it better to make 100 calls in one day or 100 calls consistently over the week? Every day. What if you were to do 10 calls every day rather than just one time 100 calls? You get in the pattern of following up. Because you can make 100 calls in a day. What that doesn't allow you to do is to follow up with those calls and things like that. But if you're making 10 calls every day, you're going to spend that next day or in a week from now following up with the calls that you made 7 days ago. You're going to spend and keeping those connections. You don't want to just do everything once. This is about maintaining that connection over time. So, when do you think a lead should be added to your 19 Connect campaign?
Right when you get it.
When you call them.
Immediately is the correct answer. Right when you get it. So right when you get a phone number and a name, 19 to connect. As soon as I get somebody's phone number, I link my cell phone with command just before I go to send out my newsletter. So now that person's information is in my database. I add them to a quarterly call plan, and I start touching people. And so a lot of times what I'll do is I like automation. I like things that kind of just happen and move, so I don't have to worry about it because that's the way I like to do things. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll plug in systems that I have that automatically shoot a text out or shoot an email out, right? Give them updates. Okay. Considerations for your lead follow-up program. What are my strengths when working with people? And how can I adapt the touches of 19 to connect to represent me? How can I adapt the touches of 19 to connect to represent me? What makes you you?
You gotta build a rapport.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be as cut and dry, or your 19 touch system isn't going to be like Claudia's 19 touch system. Right? That little thing that I do, for the Christmas gift is not what everybody does. But how do you adapt it? What makes you you? What do you like? How do people know you? me showing up goofy in a Santa hat is me. I show up goofy everywhere. How am I using conversations to let the person know I'm in real estate and how to connect with me and how to refer me business? So start thinking of some reasons that you would have for contacting a lead. I always love the statement, come from a place of contribution. Always think about what are some touches to do before and after a phone call, but don't just call them. You can call them to ask them how their day is, things like that, but if you just met somebody, maybe calling to have a 5-minute conversation about the family isn't quite there yet, because you don't have that rapport. So what are you going to do to reach out to them and provide and show and demonstrate your value? Right? When I taught the last one, we were learning about becoming the expert. How can you display your expertise in reaching out? When is it best for me and my business to time block the lead follow-up anytime that you're not in class or you're not at an appointment? Your number one thing in real estate, your number one job in real estate is to lead generate. When you are not doing anything else, if you're not on an appointment and you're not learning, you should be lead generating. That's it. So simple. If you spend all your free time doing this, everything else will fall in place. Your number one thing for the success of your business is lead generation. You may not know how to handle all the leads once you start getting them. Or you may not know, but Lorena didn't know how to, I don't know what to do with all these leads. I was like, call them.
I'm still working through it.
Yeah,
I
call
wanna be
them.
better.
Call them. There's so many. I don't know what to, now what's happening? Now you have a listing appointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a listing appointment. But now she has this other thing, this other issue happening with this other thing, and she's like, I don't know how to do everything. Okay, well, at least you got business. Figure it out. And then as you figure it out, as these leads start turning into probables or start turning into actual business, you can figure out that problem later as long as the paychecks are coming in. Right? You need to be overstimulated with the amount of business that you have. Isn't that what you want? And then you can start figuring out how to better manage it. You can start creating a business on your terms. There's a very successful real estate agent who does not work weekends. He does 100 and some odd sales a year in our region. He's down south, and he does over 100 transactions a year, him and his team, and he has designed his business to where I don't work weekends. How do you do 100 transactions a year and not work weekends?
You work really hard during the week.
That's it.
You work really late at night, probably.
By setting up systems and tools and things to hold yourself
Accountable.
okay. Activity design, your annual 19 to connect touch plan. We talked a lot about this already. Oh, look what's there. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. 4 market reports, 4 informative videos, 2 informative emails. I think you have this in your book.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to put the plan in. It's not. Yeah, the plan is
It's on
not.
Tim's.
You gonna write them down?
Yes.
Go ahead. Write them down.
I think I'll take it.
Mind you can make it you. It doesn't have to be verbatim. How are you going to make this you? Sorry? How are you going to make it you? It's kind of warm in here today, huh?
No, it's pleasant.
Don't say that because I'm gonna freeze and I'm gonna have to
It
leave.
is pleasant. Yeah.
I'm gonna start freezing once they turn that AC on.
You're starting out, we don't have a lot of money. So finding effective ways, because for somebody that does have a lot of money, they might be able to do these touches and have a bunch of paid marketing and paid services and stuff to be able to create these touches. But for some of us starting out, we may not have that extra moolah. We got a nickel and dime. I've grown a successful business by spending as zero or as little of money as possible. Sometimes the things that cost money aren't necessarily the most effective. But they can help, and you can add, and you can add, and you can add. Okay, make an impact. Focus on value. What is your value proposition? What is it that you provide of value that makes people want to work with you? When you've generated a lead and captured their information, you can then talk to them. If you haven't heard back and you don't know much about that person, then your communication will be broader, focusing on range of values. So this is where you'll communicate your value with your own value proposition, day 4 of Ignite. You can even use company or personal statistics. We know that people are more likely to respond when the message you are communicating feels personal and relative to them. So it says that as you engage with your leads, you can uncover how to serve them better and learn what they're interested in. As you learn this, you segment your leads into more specific groups, which you covered on day 6 of Ignite. You can communicate more detailed value-based information. Okay. Look beyond the who. When you contact a lead, the most basic way to start doing that is craft your message based on the lead source themselves. If you know that your lead is a certain type of person, is a high eyes definitely want to talk and they get excited for connection. You can call with excitement and ask them about their life and they want to talk to you about it and they'll talk to you about it for hours. A high D does not want to be on the phone. So how do you connect with that person? That's a high C. High C's want stats. They want analysis. They want numbers. Hey, check what's up with your market data. I just wanted to call you and tell you that the value in your area has gone up and homes are selling for a 10% increase than they were last year in your neighborhood. C's love that. C's love that. So figure out who it is, who your client is, and how to structure your 19 touch or 36 touch that we'll get into for them. So, for those of you that are in my communications class,
Same thing.
look at that.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Tell
huh?
me more. What will that do for you and your family?
Statement of questions to ask, calls. Listen, the stuff that I do in that is just stuff that we've learned on what works. And we just reorganize it, right? They say every story is just a remix of the dictionary.
Explain.
Dictionary's got every word. Every other book's just a remix.
Oh.
Every sentence is just a remix of the alphabet. So, statements or questions, calls. So potential lead sources. So you can get, these are potential lead sources, right? People can call in while you're on floor time, or from an ad that you have, a community social media marketing, traditional marketing, and your agent website. I think in the 6 years that I've been in real estate, which is also not to say that it's not effective, but I've also not put any attention to marketing it. But I don't think I've gotten a single lead off of my agent website.
Somebody actually signed up on my website, and I've been trying to call them, and they're not answering. But I'm like, I don't even know where you came from.
I get a lot through like homes.com that are like random scams and stuff like that, but your agent website. Past clients, purchased leads, client referrals, sign, call in, blog or newsletter. These are all ways to get leads.
Do you ever purchase leads?
I don't like spending money, so no. But I do pay. I do pay homes.com.
Realtor.com?
Huh?
Realtor.com?
No, I have a contract with homes.com. They market my stuff. I am on Zillow Flex. I am a top Zillow agent, and they take a nice hefty chunk of my commission when I close. But I don't buy leads. I do not buy leads. One of the ways that I like to go obtain leads, and that I just did, like last week, at the end of last week. Actually, it's been almost exactly a week now. I have this laptop, as you guys probably all have, right? You guys all have laptops?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of those. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I gave you one. Huh?
Yeah.
You were. So I go sit down, and most of these places in these restaurants have Wi-Fi. So I'll go sit down at the bar Yard House with this bad boy out, start working, just sitting there, drinking a tea, maybe a beer. And then, what do you think happens?
people come up to you.
People start asking me questions. Done it at Outback. I've done it at Yard House. There's very few restaurants that I can't go to where people don't know me by my first name. And years of doing this, the servers, are they potential clients?
Mm-hmm.
Food for thought. Food for thought. So the servers have referred me business. They have also, um,
Become agents
they could become agents.
like them.
The bartender at Outback right now is just telling me that she wants to buy. She wants to start thinking about buying a house. And the bartender at El Torito is also doing the same thing. Guess what? She's talking to my lender right now. Crazy. All I did was show up with that laptop and start talking to people and being Nikko. Hey, how's it going? Hi, Mom. Ahas.
Gotta connect. Gotta connect with.
It sounds a lot like your last aha.
You like what?
That sounds like your last aha.
You know, every lesson is a reaffirmation
It is.
of things that I gotta do, I have to do, I must do, and
Why
I
aren't you
haven't
doing
been
it?
doing
Why not?
consistently.
Why not?
Distractions, mindset, not quite
Those are all great
fully
excuses.
developed.
They're all great excuses. So, what needs to change? Where's the aha on that?
I need to block my time
And how do you do that?
by doing my calendar.
And how are you going to make sure that you do that?
I got my partners and accountability partners.
Your PIC? Partners in crime?
Right.
You going to hold each other accountable?
We're doing that.
Yeah?
I asked her when I see her in the morning, what's been going on, Mom?
So, Clara, what are you going to do if Jarita doesn't follow through on her end? So you're just gonna stop talking to her? You can't be friends anymore?
I'm really gonna get on her case, and the same way she's gonna get on mine.
Okay, you're really gonna get on her case.
Yep.
Okay, you get on her case then. What about you?
As far as what?
What are you gonna do to make sure that you're doing your connects?
I'm going to get more discipline and add structure to my life.
Ooh, what does that look like?
That looks like for me, what I used to do that kind of fell off is like on Sundays I set time where I have my little planner and I write out everything that I'm going to do for the week. And that Monday comes, I cross off my activity that I did, and if I don't finish it, I add it to the next day until I'm done. And it does give you a sense of accomplishment when you do that. So so that's what I do to help me as far as get discipline, and I feel that's where I lack in my business is discipline.
I love it. I love it. So how do we get disciplined, right? We gotta make sure. Yes.
I have a testimonial, and for my,
Jarita's got a testimonial.
I think I'm in my accountability partner here. So yesterday when I went home, and I was tired, but I'm like, I need to call people, you know. And I just did it because that's one of my fears, calling people at the wrong time. And I had a phone number in my contacts, and I couldn't remember who it was because there was no last name, no email. And I called her and I said, I know this is going to sound funny. I said, hi. She knew who I was. And I'm like, I know it sounds funny, but who are you? And she told me, I know her. We sing in the choir together and everything. And we laughed and all. I got her because I need the email and stuff. So that was a scary moment because I didn't want to offend anybody. So then I'm like, okay, that didn't, that was okay. So I made another phone call that I hadn't talked to someone in a little while and find out they wasn't even at home. They were on a business trip in Pennsylvania. I'm like, we were talking and got caught up with family matters and what her kids had graduated, going to college and all that. And her daughter is going to be graduating, going to college, coming to UCLA. And I'm like, I just got my license, so if she come here, oh, okay. And then I said, you know what? Where are you? Because I forgot what time it is. 3 hours different. It was 11 o'clock at night. And I really felt bad. But she was glad to talk to me because she was in the room by herself.
Oh, and she's like, oh, it's so nice.
It turned out that she kept talking and everything. And it was 8 o'clock on my clock. And then I'm thinking, where are you?
What type of person do you think that is?
That's
What characteristic?
She likes talk. No, I don't know.
On the disc assessment.
Did you say it was an I?
Aye. It's an I.
Yeah, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, somebody who likes to
And
talk.
she didn't get angry.
Yeah.
Because she could have been in bed because she was away at a business thing and had a meeting and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of helped me with the fear of calling.
Because we all have that drunk monkey is what we call it in our brain that tells us, oh, it's too late, we can't do this, there's a reason why this isn't going to work, or there's a reason why I shouldn't do this, or nobody wants to hear from me, and all this stuff that we tell ourselves that we're not good enough, or right now isn't the right time. When is the right time? The right time is when you do it. It's always the right time. Doesn't matter. Like she just proved, it could be 10 o'clock in Pennsylvania, and somebody's going to answer. Now, there are legalities as to, like, you can't do cold calling after a certain time, right? The TCCPA and the FCC, right? Federal Communications, they limit when you can call people. Also, if they're on the do not call list, right? But the people that we're talking about are people that we have met, that we're getting to know, right? Thank you for sharing, Drita.
I'm telling my accountability partner so she know I'm doing it.
Post postly follow-up is again.
After the deal closes, you still gotta keep that relationship.
After the deal closes, go to your postly follow-up page in your participant guide. Once you follow up with a lead and you have permission to have that two-way conversation, what do you think happens with that person?
Oh.
We start them off as leads, but after they're leads and we receive that permission, they become a what?
Contact.
A contact. No longer leads, they are our contacts. They are our database. A lead is when you first get a number and a name. A contact is somebody who's agreed to stay in communication with you. So, postly follow-up. When two-way communication is established, the lead becomes a...
Contact.
Oh, look at that. We good. We got it before the next screen. In your database. Number 2. Move the person from 19 to connect to...
36.
Nice. All we do is double those numbers. Just about. Right? We just about double it. The amount of times that we reach out to these people or get in front of these people's faces. So, this is what that funnel looks like. You have your lead capture, prospecting and marketing, doing open houses, doing cold calls, circle prospecting, meeting people at yard house with your stick out. These leads form relationships and turn into contacts. And then while they're contacts, we strengthen those relationships. So we move them to cultivate contacts for conversion. Interactive and need-based offerings. Being there to offer them things that they need. Hey, how can I help you? One of the things that I did during COVID, when I told you guys I messaged everybody, or I was helping everybody plan for the next year. Right? Let's do a GPS planner. Let's create some goals so that you can get where you need to be. Getting referrals and repeating that process. Right? Keeping them in that cycle of flow, of that follow-up. And then that one to cement. What time we got? We got 10 o'clock. Ooh, we doing good. We doing good. So that one to cement. How do we make sure that these people want to work with us? At the point where a lead opens the door for two-way conversation, you must cement the relationship. Everyone in your database should be cemented right when you transition them to 36 to convert. What do you think the purposes of one to cement touch campaign is?
You're solidifying.
We already talked about it.
You're solidifying.
You're solidifying that business. The cement touch is a high-value touch that offers a strong first impression and sets the tone for your relationship together. Whatever you choose here should serve more than one purpose. This touch should tell them about the service you provide, help set up a conversation for later, serve as a reminder of the interaction, and tell them how to refer business to you. How do we train? I don't like the word train. But how do you train your contacts to refer you business? Do your people in your database know how to refer you business?
No.
Have you trained your friends on how to refer you business? Or you just tell them, give me your referrals?
You know what Rhonda said one time? She said, when you refer business, when I tell people to refer business to me, I say So it turns into this joke, and it reminds them to.
Tell them you get the family discount.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, so then they're like.
You come to me. Yesterday, my daughter asking me for a favor.
And you owe me forever.
Being memorable.
Now you're calling me the Godfather. Yeah, but you have to train. You have to train your people on how to bring you referrals. So one of the things that I always tell everybody: listen, if you ever know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, the best way to refer that business to me is by asking their permission first, getting their name, number, and email, and then bringing it to me. Not giving them my name, number, and email. Bring their information to me so that I can make sure that I take care of them the same way that I would take care of you. That is what you want, right? Wouldn't you want that from the people that you refer business to me because you know how I take care of you, that you are confident enough in the way that I do business to, oh, I'm going to give, you know what? I'm going to give him your info. You're going to love it when he reaches out to you. That's how confident they are in giving me that business. There are people that I've never worked with that have referred me 4 pieces of business. I haven't sold them a damn thing.
So it's just not enough to say, here's my a couple of cards. If you know somebody, give them my card. So that's not enough.
Ask that question one more time so the people on Zoom can hear me.
Oh, I said, so it's not enough to just give some of your family or friends and say, here, like if you know someone, give them my card.
How many business cards have you received in the past year, Dorita?
Oh, since I've been in this, a lot, and going places a lot.
Do you keep those? Do you have a book of those?
I do have them.
You do? Okay. And have you received a business card for an inspector? Or a contractor?
Yeah.
Yeah? And so when you're looking for a contractor, do you go back through those business cards or do you just ask somebody, hey, do you know somebody?
Well, I got a list here.
You got a list here.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that you have a bunch of contractors' business cards, but then you go to the list here.
Well, I want to make sure that here they've already
Been vetted.
approved them. So I want to make sure if they're on the list, so when I do refer, that I'm referring someone that will, that Keller Williams
Sure.
know and can stand behind.
Absolutely. How many business cards do you think you've lost that you've received?
I haven't lost them because I usually put them in.
All of them?
I do. I have.
Okay. Well,
Some
that's
of
great.
them I have on my purses, and some of them I have them in my wallet too.
That's great, but as you just proved, you don't even use the business cards you receive.
I do.
You go to the vetted. You go ask to the vetted ones.
Yeah.
You go, and now that person, because these people have established themselves.
Yeah, but me, even when I call someone to do work for me, I usually call 3 people, and I just don't go to the first one. That's just me. Even when I go out to buy something, I will.
How do you call those people? Do you go to Google and look up their phone numbers, or do you go to your business cards?
Both sometimes.
Both. So the whole thing is that I don't want to wait for that person to call me. I want to start building a relationship now. I don't want my card to be out there for them to lose, or they get wet and get destroyed and they can't read the number because it's been in their pocket. It's at the bottom of their purse under all their makeup and eyeliner. And next thing they know, I'm like, oh man, they gave me, I don't even remember what I did with that card. It's right where you left it, in the purse. No, I want to start building that relationship now. I don't want to wait for them to call me. Let me start providing my value proposition today.
I think your friends and family giving your card is good, but I think his point of having them say, here's her card. Give me your phone number. Give me your phone number. I'm gonna give your phone number
Do both.
to him,
Do
and
both.
your email, so that way he can reach out. But then when he reaches out, he'll know who's reaching
both. I want to create such a strong connection with the people in my database to where they don't even ask for permission. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to shoot him your number. He's awesome. They don't even ask permission. Oh, trust me. No, he's cool. I'm going to shoot him your number. I'm going to have him call you.
People aren't impatient. So when they're thinking about something right then and there, they're thinking about it right then and there. So if you don't grab it, it's like a lead is hot like the first day, and then it gets colder and colder and colder.
Because this is what happens. There's my call. Give him a call. He's great. He's awesome. You're going to love him when you call. And then what happens? Then Jarita comes up, and she meets Lorena at Yard House, and she got my car that my friend gave to her, and now Jarita's at Yard House with Lorena talking about real estate. And now what did this card do? Nothing. Because Jarita was there when I needed to be. Jarita took my business that was supposed to be mine. My friend referred me the bit. No, they didn't refer me. They presented me, but I never got the referral. Because whoever was there, as we learned in the quote, whoever was there first gets the what? Dang. But I was there first. Was I? No. These are great. Help make you look official. They're great. I generally, when someone, hey, do you have a business card? Yeah, absolutely. Here, what's your number? What's your number? What's your email? What's your name? Boom, 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 boom. And, oh, you know what? And here's my card. I added this to it, but I get their number right into I don't just give them my card. I get their information in my phone and I start texting them. It was great meeting you at Yard House. Fantastic. Follow up with them immediately after. Then I call them again on Monday. If I meet somebody, I get somebody's phone. I immediately start calling that person. But I gave them my card. But I also got I got their number because I just gave them my card and said, yeah, give me a call whenever you want. They're never going to call me. They're never going to call me. Never going to call. Who are you going to call?
The blood test.
Ahas. Aha. Come on, you got to learn something. You had to have learned something. What'd you learn?
Find out what your client needs and do your best to execute it.
Find out what your client needs and then do your best to execute it. Find out what your client needs and do your best to execute it. Tell me more about that.
In having like for instance, the other day I took my old open house listings, people that came into my open houses, and I called a couple of these people. One didn't answer. Some lady said it wasn't her, and a guy answered, and I started talking to him, and he said he wasn't really interested in buying property right now because of the government and everything that's going on. I said, well, in an ideal situation, if that wasn't the case, what would you be looking for? And as he started telling me, I was writing everything down. And then he said, oh, you know what? And I might be interested in land too. So I said, well, how many acres? And I started writing that down. And I said, okay, I have your email address. And I read it back to him. And he confirmed that was it. And I said, I'm going to send you some property in this price range and send you some land in this price range. He said, I'll look at whatever you send me. And I said, okay. So I emailed him. I texted him and said, I just sent you some property. And he said, I got it. And I'm going to follow up with him in a day. So that's, I was along the line when you were talking about your fears, like going through my old open house stuff and just going back to that, that's a goal line in itself, though, too. And so that's what I did, getting over my fear,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, and you took the time to get to know your client, right?
Yeah.
You learned their wants and needs, and now you're structuring how you're going to be touching them,
Right.
how you're going to apply your 19 touch or your 36 touch to connect. specifically for that person.
So I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Like tomorrow I'm doing an open house. I don't have my badge and stuff yet, and I wanted to know: do you do open houses still?
Mhm.
Do you use sign-in sheets, or like how do I obtain their information? Because I notice sometimes either I'll get like a bogus number or their handwriting isn't legible. So how do you go about getting their information at an open house?
That will always happen. The same way I do anything is the same way I do everything, though. Yes, I have a sign-in sheet. It is mandatory by our regulations that we have a open house sign-up sheet
Okay.
now for when people walk in through the door, and that is provided to you on your car forms.
Okay.
So you need to have these people sign it. But I don't worry about the sign-up sheet. I'm having that conversation, figuring out what their want, where they're paying, what their wants is. Well, why don't I send you guys some other options? Since you guys are looking, I was just thinking about, why don't I say, what's your email? Let me put this in real quick. I'm going to send you something that's really going to help you. Why don't I send you some more information? What's your phone number? Cool. I'm going to text you right now. Make sure you got it. I'm not worried about that sign-up sheet.
Yeah.
That sign-up, they can write their ABCs on there.
Yeah.
But I learned that is what they'll do because they don't trust you.
Right.
So my job at the open house is to build what?
Rapport.
Trust.
That's it.
Yeah.
Get them to like me while I'm there. They're here for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to have a conversation with them. Most of the time, I'm not even talking. I'll do the basic stuff on the house. Say, hey guys, day going? You guys been looking at a lot of houses? What's that been like for you? It's hot out there, ain't it? It's hot out there. You guys been having a lot of success looking at these houses? Working with another realtor? Yeah? How's that been working for you? Oh, this and that. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. You know what? I got something perfect for you. You guys were looking for a house out here, right? I think you'd love this info. Don't worry, I'm not trying to bombard you with anything. It might help you out with what you're searching. I got some info on some programs and stuff like that. I'll send it to you. Or here's something that really helped somebody that I worked with out. They really appreciated it, and it was like a whole first-time buyer diagram on things to look for when you're looking at houses. I found this whole web article on it. I think it might really, really cool for you. Here's the 6 tips for looking at homes, or 10 things to look for when you're when you're doing a home inspection. They may not even be working for me, but what am I doing? I'm providing what?
Information.
Value.
Value.
Value. I'm showing, hey, look, this is going to help you. I'm not asking for anything. This is going to help you. Here, let me send it to you.
Mondo had a good thing too, with command. So you can actually create a QR code based on the address of the open house. So basically, when they click on that QR code, when they scan the QR code, um, it shows the information of the open house, and then they have to put their information in there. And so after you have that conversation with them, build that report, you can say, look, scan this QR code, and what will happen is they'll go directly into your command. And not only will they go into your command, but it'll also show in the notes exactly where you received that lead. So like it'll be like, okay, well I received this lead from this open house, and you can start sending them stuff that way as well.
Yeah, if you have an iPad,
Yeah.
there's a statistic that people are more likely to put in proper information on a digital platform than they are on a piece of paper.
And you know, when you give them your KW app and they start searching, it feeds in your command.
Okay.
And when you look at the contact, you can see the houses that they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call them and say, hey, I noticed that you were looking at such and such place. What made you look at it?
Let me send you my app. It'll help you search.
Yeah.
There's tons of things you can
And
do.
that QR code will automatically put them into your contacts and automatically have them download the app and all that good stuff.
You guys.
Tons of things to do. All right, we're going to jam through the last part of this. So, ba-ba-bum-bum. Oh, let's get to this. You guys doing these?
Not yet.
Liars.
I started. I'm doing.
Come on, I told you how important it was. Last week. We talked about the pain of not doing this.
I actually started
I heard you
commenting
making
more
a
on
phone call.
social media.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good job.
I've been commenting more and like liking more stuff, you know what I mean?
do little flyers.
Good job.
Cut
You
it
do
the
it?
other days.
No, do or do not.
Yes.
There is no try.
Okay.
I'm doing the social media, the handwriting,
Yes.
written note. I just need to
I'm
make the phone
contacting.
calls
I'm calling.
rather than texting or rather than.
Are you keeping track of the amount of conversations you're having? Are you keeping track of the conversations that you're having?
Yes.
Yes.
Writing it on the
I
notes
need to
and the
keep
comments.
track.
You know you have notes in your command, so when you talk to somebody that you have in your database, you can put a note on that conversation so that you remember the next time that you call them.
That's true. I haven't done. I've written it down. I am so old school. I'm used to writing things
Mhm.
down, and the technology I forget about.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna get better on it. I am gonna get better.
the cool thing is that you may not have that book, but you can always log on to your command from any computer or software system and read those notes. You have it on your phone, you have it on your computer, you have it on your iPad, or what have you. That notebook may not be in your possession at that time.
That's funny.
Your notebook should be used so that you can transfer what you've written down into something more permanent or more accessible.
Yes.
Do this stuff.
It's
It'll make you rich.
That's your data bank,
Yeah.
our data.
So Clara.
Do not call list. Don't call people on the do not call list. Okay. I want everybody to say this out loud. This is really, really important.
I engage every conversation
In the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in relationship with me. How does that make you feel? Get that mindset. Let's say it again. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in relationship with me. Jarita, you hit the nail on the head when you said I didn't want to make the calls and nobody wanted to hear from me. And then you were so pleased to find out, even at 10 p.m. at night, that this lady wanted to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Would it not help if you were already in the mindset of believing that people are happy to be in relationship with me? People want to talk to me. Mindset is everything in this business.
It is. In anything.
You have to believe in yourself first, because if you don't, who will? Come on now. Alright. So, we got 45 minutes of lead generation, follow up with your contacts. We've got 30 minutes left of this class.
So Clara, I am.
You guys ready to make some phone calls?
Yeah.
Can we do some lead follow-up? You guys are supposed to lead generate. Can we do some lead follow-up together? Let's do it. Who are you going to call?
I can't help it.
Ghostbusters! That's what I say every time, too.
Called her twice.
Are you guys excited to make calls right now? You feeling good about it? If you feel good, give me an amen. I can't hear you. If you're feeling good, give me an amen. Amen.
Yeah. You know, I do love a good comic cushion.
It's Nikko.
Guess who I call?
It's Nikko. We met at Yard House last week. I tried texting you and calling you on Monday, but I was
I'm sorry.
the realtor
So
that.
how was
Yeah.
I haven't talked to
I
you
just
since
wanted
you
to
were
follow
in
up again. I think I got your voicemail last time, and I can't remember if your voicemail was full or not.
Okay.
No, no, I would be
But
happy.
how's everything going?
Maker, Keller Williams. Now, some people are still
Oh.
interested in purchasing. So, hopefully, you can give me a call back at 661-714-6091. Thank you.
Oh, I am so glad. I'm so
Uh,
glad that you went
oh,
ahead
all
and
right.
got a
Well,
good
I don't
price.
want to keep you
How
from
are
your
you
appointment.
feeling?
I'm happy your eye surgery went well. Okay. Well, when would be a good time to reconnect?
Right.
Okay. So give you a call later today.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Keep on calling, man.
Oh, good.
For how much?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. You guys are about to get into your appointment. Why don't we, when we talk later, we'll get all the details on it.
Oh, you mean that because you have a
All
homeowner's
right. Good to hear
insurance?
from you, Michael. Have fun at your foot
The
doctor.
homeowner's insurance money's gonna
Bye
pay?
bye.
I would love to talk to you. So please give me a call back. 323
Ah, good.
387 0169.
Hey,
Take care,
Queen, this
princess.
is Dorita.
Right.
Was just calling up to find out how everything turned out with the open house.
Mhm.
And is the house still on the market? Let me know. Not only when is Erica sends the number 618 typically.
Well, usually the
Good
homeowner's
morning, Victor. How you
insurance
doing?
is the one that is going to,
Oh, it's always a beautiful
send
day here in
someone.
Nikko's neighborhood. Thanks for
That's what it's
asking.
supposed to do. If you filed a claim with them,
I wanted to
they're gonna
ask you,
send someone to
since you're
check on the,
since you're
the
marketing,
property,
looking at
and then they'll
houses,
decide what needs to
I
be
wanted
done.
to see
So
if
then
I
they
can,
have to get it approved
maybe
by
help out with
all
that search by
insurers.
sending you some properties,
Yeah.
and get a better idea of what it is that you're looking for.
Uh-huh.
Like
Oh,
that.
¿Y cómo estás?
right.
Muy bien, aquí llamándote
Yeah.
para saludarte y para
Oh, yes,
dejarte
weird,
saber
yeah.
que ahora trabajo para Keller
Perfect.
Williams en cualquier cosa que necesites para tu propiedad.
Yeah, no
Aquí
kidding.
estoy para servirte.
Ah, yeah. Well,
Sí,
every
además
company has a different
voy para
way of doing
Place an
things.
Appointment. Fíjate que me dijo su esposo. Sí, sí, sí,
Do you have a minimum of like bedrooms or at the very least, or
Y este es solo un
It's
muchacho
not
aquí
me. I
en
was
Keller Williams.
Yeah.
four?
just want to give
Yo
you a
soy
little
nuevo.
Four
information.
bedrooms.
What's
Awesome.
going
And
on
do you have a preference on
You
like
don't
one
need
or
the
two
stress.
stories?
Francine, I'm going to
Okay.
¿Cómo has estado?
give me a call when you can pick up.
Ah, estás trabajando.
Okay. Yeah, my grandparents' house, it is a two-story, but the only thing upstairs, which I really, really like, is the master. So it's effectively a one-story house, but then you just have that seclusion and that privacy of the upstairs just being for,
Ok,
the
excelente. ¿Y
suite.
ahorita
So,
estás en el trabajo? Ah,
Yeah, through the cell.
you actually let me send you something that I think you'll really appreciate because it's not on Zillow and it's only on Homes.com because I have a contract with Zillow and Homes.com, but Homes.com has I have a specific contract with
puede ser
8420
donde estoy yo no puedo.
Waters
Y a
Road,
veces deja que los vaya.
and there is a 3D walkthrough that you can
Oh,
actually.
yeah, that's a shame.
Did you see it already? mistake.
finally been able to get together like
When you
that.
don't want to do it.
So it was
And when you need to
beautiful.
do it.
It
Well,
was
you say
beautiful.
stuff like that.
To
You
do it,
engage
yes.
people want to talk to me.
So yeah.
Words of affirmation.
So,
Get yourself some sunshine, some
I
coffee,
also went to
get
see
some
my
jumping
son
down, make yourself feel
because
good. Put
he
yourself in
was
around
home
people that
with
make you feel good.
so yeah.
Like right now,
So
I have to
so
take my daughter
it was
to
a great time.
Kaiser,
Okay, well
and
I'm
then
gonna let you go because I'm sure you
I was
have a
like,
lot
oh,
to do.
I have to go to Kaiser, and then I say, well, if
Yeah.
I go,
Okay.
there's people there.
I will talk to you then.
Make
While
the
I'm
best
away.
of it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
You're
So.
welcome. Okay.
I love it.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Talk to people. Use every opportunity is an opportunity.
Well, I was gonna
Every situation is an opportunity.
you guys
Everywhere you go, when you go to the store
Yeah.
and you're talking to the clerk, pop the question. Hey, quick question for you. You know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, invest, real estate? Do you have a real estate agent that you refer them to?
I don't have my business card yet, but
It's okay.
tomorrow
You know what you do have?
we're having
A couple of them I've like,
You
okay,
tell
I
them.
need to call
yes,
them back in.
tomorrow we're
Yeah.
having
This is
a potluck.
she's
She's learning judo.
a nurse.
She's
She's
really good
very
at judo.
retired.
So
That we work together.
what can I give, like a cookie with my name or what?
Yeah. Whatever you want. Whatever you.
She
This one girl, she got a bunch of Tapatio bottles, the little ones, and she put stickers of herself all over them. And she said one person that she gave those Tapatio bottles to like 5 years. She's like, yeah, we just finally finished that Tapatio bottle.
So I
And we need another one. And they
you
called her.
know, just
Wow.
Or they called her and they said, yeah, we kept the Tapatio your number. We look at your face every time we use that hot sauce.
Then I called her and
Good
left a
idea.
message. She
Yeah.
didn't hear from her, so now I have to go. Lord.
All right.
She's very happy.
So you guys made some calls. You guys did some follow up.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got one positive thing that happened here. What happened? Let everybody know what happened.
I'm going to meet this lady next week.
She got an appointment scheduled.
Yeah.
Good job.
What'd you get?
I just got on voicemail.
I am.
I guess
Some
my people
voicemails?
at work.
But
It's all good.
I,
She told me that she's
no,
gonna
it's
call me
okay.
next week
They
to
will
let
take,
me know
I
when.
wanna
So
tell
that
you,
means
I
for
saw you up here the other day.
she's gonna get me
And I,
schedule next week.
yeah,
So it's good for me to follow up on Monday
yeah,
and ask for me for Tuesday.
Yeah, I would start sending her stuff over this weekend.
that would be.
Start sending her an email and then follow up on Monday.
Yeah, but that's it. I wanted to call you anyway.
Nice.
107 miles
That's a lot of miles.
in like 4 days or something like that.
That's a lot of miles.
Remember when he was like in the, when he was, yeah, that's what he was doing. Right now, he was like, I just finished.
Clara, what did you gain?
I finally was able to get in touch with a friend of mine. We worked together for many years, and
You got in touch
she
with her?
went to I tried to get in touch with her before, but she was just having some physical troubles. Anyway, she went to a wedding in Buffalo for her family and all that stuff. Actually, her house is being
So
fixed
it might be
because
overpriced.
before she left, she went into her garage
talk to your wife?
Okay. So the market does say that they can get 500. And how much do you have it listed for?
How much do you have the house
She has what?
listed for?
And so, okay, so they offer 490 and you're asking 8,000. Okay, and have you showed them the stats? Have you showed them the Flex MLS stats of what houses are selling for in our area? How they're selling at 98% of the list price, and you're pretty much spot on with that offer. Now, what I would do is counter.
What time should we close?
I would counter the offer that you
Well,
got.
I mean, I have access to the office. You know, so what time should we leave?
So she wasn't. They weren't really willing to counter to the full price and then the closing and then offer them that closing cost.
We can come if you
Doesn't mean
want.
yeah, but I can come up with a pre. My clients can be approved for 520, and I can have my lender write a pre-approval for 490. So just because the pre-approval says 490 doesn't mean that that's all
Are
they're
you
approved for.
interested at 6:30? What time? Or we can do tomorrow in the
Okay.
morning.
Well, then yeah,
I have a
then
client
you
that
have to
needs to
then
show
it is
her
what it is. You have to continue
apartment.
marketing the house.
More in the afternoon.
If the seller's not willing to come down on their price, then you got to figure out how to get it to them, or get them to be, get their you have to have that pain conversation with them as to
If you came at
what's
6
more important to you.
tonight,
Paying the taxes and having this home sit while you're still making the mortgage payments while you're in Arkansas, or getting the home sold for the most amount of money that we can now and not having to wait any longer. Because you're going to be coming out daily,
yeah.
for every day that this house doesn't sell, you're
If
losing
not,
money.
we can always do
So
tomorrow.
by the time, before you know it,
Tomorrow.
you've already spent the money that we could
I
have
just have to, I
had
don't know exactly, see, my client, she's
with
coming
the
up
full
from
price
San
offer.
Francisco. So I don't know exactly what time she'll be here at, but I'll get more clarification from her today, on exactly what time she'll be out here, so. Okay, cool. Talk to you soon then. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta keep having conversations with your client and leading them to understand that the market is not what it was 2 years ago. As we get offers, we're lucky to get any in this market because we're not in a seller's market anymore. We're not in a seller's market anymore. We are in a buyer's market, and so we're not going to get. Right now, it's hard to get the money that we want, especially with interest rates. People need closing costs. So you got to keep having those conversations. But that's about all you can do.
So, Queenie,
Um.
just get back to.
So
Hold on, I'll take this.
did you get any good stuff from your follow-up calls?
Yeah, I just got an appointment either this evening or tomorrow.
Nice. Congratulations. Give her a round of applause.
I want to see what.
And I
Good information.
got an appointment over the phone later today with that guy that I met at Yard House last week.
Good job.
I called him on Monday, he didn't answer. I texted him, he didn't respond. You would think that maybe this guy doesn't want to talk to me, right? Because he didn't answer or respond the first 2 times I tried reaching out to him, and then I left him a voicemail and he never called me back.
That's right. That's right.
Because I told him I'd call him on Monday, and I called him on Monday. He didn't call me back.
Give her a personal.
He didn't text me back. Why can't you text me back? I know you got the text message.
And talk to her. I think it would be.
So is that leak dead now because they didn't respond? After 2 times that I tried? No, what did I do? I just called him again right now, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm going into a foot appointment right now. Give me a call this afternoon.
Face to.
Oh yeah, that happened with my other client. I just called another one too, and she didn't answer, and she's like, I have to get her, she needs to sign a new
appointment set for next week. Mind you, appointment set for next week to go take a look at these two houses on Thursday. So does that mean I just wait till next Thursday to see and talk to them again?
No.
So I called him I think a couple days ago to confirm the appointments, and I called him for something else, and I just called him again right now and say, hey, since you're looking at these houses, why don't I get more information from you about the houses that you're looking for? Maybe I can start sending you some more houses. I didn't ask him that before, so I found another reason to call him, and I got his email, and now I'm going to start sending him more houses so that he knows that I'm here thinking about him, and how can I better service you? We haven't even met yet, but I'm providing my value. I'm providing that consideration that I am thinking about you when you shouldn't. Now, this guy answers the phone. He's like, hey, Nikko, I've already built that in a matter of days. He's excited when I call him. Hey, what's up?
So you don't have a VRB with him yet,
Nope, haven't even met with him yet.
but you are sending him properties and.
I'm about to. We have an appointment for Thursday to meet.
Ah,
We have an appointment for Thursday to meet. But doesn't mean I don't have a BRBC. I need to make sure that I stay.
in touch.
I need to be the guy. This guy needs to like me before I get there, so that he's not going to somebody else.
So you're saying that
I-
it's okay to send a potential client if you've already talked to someone and you have a reason to call them, that you can go and say, like, you already know what they want in the home. It's okay to send them information of the market or like you said.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Send them goodies. People like goodies. Send them a cookie with your face on it. Send them market information. Give them a call. Let me get your email. Let me send you some stuff.
Thank you.
Hey, by the way, when's your birthday? Let me write this down. I want to send you a birthday card. People love to hear that.
Thank you for the information.
Thank you for receiving it.
Yeah, because I called her and she's having trouble getting the client to, um, to want her.
Yeah. You have to, she needs to have better conversations with her client.
Yeah,
She's letting her client run her.
exactly. And I just told her, because the woman is in Arkansas and she's building a new house.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to her before because I did an open house and I got very familiar with her and a very nice lady. But now she's down there. See?
People are too scared to lose the business. Oh, let me do what you want. Let me do what you want. I'm sorry. You do business with me, we doing business my way. I will cater to your needs and I will provide for you, but there is a way that I get things done. And if that doesn't work for you, I don't need your business.
I think what it is too, Nikko, Queenie she sold her this house with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Now her husband passed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's an emotional thing
Mm-hmm.
that she doesn't want to,
Cool.
make the
Yeah.
lady feel
Well,
bad.
then take that approach.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand that you definitely want to get the most money for this one, and I know this is probably a hard home for you to let go of. You probably have a lot of memories here. I know I sold this house to you a long time ago. I just want to get a better idea of what's the most important thing for you. I know you want to get the most money for this house, but you obviously know that by sitting on this home, we're losing money. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. And if you're okay with letting the home sit and paying that mortgage because you're not ready to let go, then that's fine with me. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't trying to figure out your needs and getting this home sold in the fastest, most efficient way possible. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it's good that I'm going to call her back again because that's what it is, and it's an emotional relationship, and that's what the lady told me when I was doing open house,
Mm-hmm.
that she has, because that was a home that her and her husband did together.
Mm-hmm.
So in her mind, she needs to let go, but then it's the emotional thing.
started on communications class.
You know what I just realized?
So for those of you, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So it's 11 o'clock. This class is over. I do a communications class at 11 o'clock. I'm going to take a quick break, grab a snack, and then I'll be back in here. Please stay. Feel free to stay. Go ahead, Lorena.
Yeah.
What I just realized, I love
And thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
I love this command AI because I just realized that the client that I just called needs to move by September.
Oh yeah, Command AI. Command AI is the only AI that's fed with our book. It's the only AI system that's fed with the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. That's what it's programmed off of.
I have it. I've been listening to it on